Okay, so we've got balls, sticks, and a roller. So let's just settle on our mats to start with, and just rocking from side to side. And then just make that rock a bit smaller and shimmy from side to side. Feel those seat bones into the floor. Pop your hands down behind your legs and pull yourself forwards onto your front bottom. And then sit yourself up and reach back so that you go onto your tailbone. And then rock forward so you go onto your front bottom and slide your hands down your legs. Hold around the soles of your feet, pulling yourself forwards. And then sitting yourself up, pulling those knees down. Roll those shoulders all the way around and back. Up to the ears, round and back. Pop your hands on the floor. So fingertips on the floor and just lean back on those hands, soft elbows. Push up onto those, up with that chest and straighten those arms. Lengthen the body, drawing the core. Tip the head up to the sky, chin up, stretch through the front of your body. And then pull that chin down into the chest and stretch through the back. Push off your fingers. Come forwards onto your legs with your hands, reaching forwards to those feet. Soft knees, breathing in, breathing out. Push those knees down into the ground. Turning those feet. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Take your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind. Lift and turn yourself round to the right, looking over that shoulder. And then come back round to the front, right hand on left knee, left hand behind, and turn the other way, looking over that left shoulder. And then coming back to the front, facing forward, hands on those legs, rolling the body all the way forwards again. And then sitting yourself up. Okay, let's grab our roller. We'll start off with that. So we're going to lean back. We're just going to open up over the roller to start with. So bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Put the roller around the bottom ribs, breathing in, breathing out. Open that body over it. Take hold of your head in your hands if you need, and stretch the body over the roller, pushing the chest up. Breathing out as you lean back, and then bring that head back up. And then put your elbows on the roller, move it up a few inches. Take hold of your head, breathing in. On the out breath, open over the roller again, pushing the chest up, stretching, letting that head come down, pushing the tailbone into the floor, breathing in, breathing out, and release. And then bring that head back up. And then move that roller up one more time to the shoulders. Take hold of the head in the hand, breathing in. On the out breath, release that head down to the floor. Push the chest up, push the tailbone into the ground. And let the back of your head rest towards the floor or against the roller. Take those fingertips over your head, touching your forehead, and slide them away on the floor and feel your shoulders, feel your arms, feel the symmetry or not. And then bring those hands back in and take the head in the hands, lift it back up. And then just bring that roller to the middle of your back, the middle of your upper back. And then we're just going to lift the body up and rolling all the way up to the shoulders and all the way down to the bottom ribs. So breathing in on the out breath, moving that roller up and down. Use your breath. So don't rush it. Just go nice and slowly. Count of 3 or 4 all the way up, all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about the pace. All the way up again. And then leaning over onto that right side. Go up, down on the right hand side of your ribs. And then back onto the center. And then go down on the left hand side. Good. And then back to center. Make yourself really arch over that roller. So I've got my bum on the floor and my head is dragging along the floor. And then I'm going to lean over onto the right. And just let that head hang down, all the way up, all the way down. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to take 2 more rolls to go all the way onto my right hand side. So make that right arm be straight. So it's parallel to the long side of the mat. We're going to go all the way up, down to the bottom ribs, and then slowly through that armpit. If you have any knots, you're just going to stay, and you're going to rock forwards and backwards over those knots. And then all the way down. Good. And then all the way back up. Good. Okay, rest on your elbow. Lift your body up and just move that roller out of the way and grab the tennis ball. So I'm just going to put the tennis ball, I'm going to rest my head on my hand, my elbows on the floor, slide the tennis ball under the bottom of my shoulder blade. And I'm just going to rock myself forwards and backwards over that tennis ball in those, around those ribs. I can do circles. Now you can shimmy your body down over the ball. So where you come to the ridge up the back of your armpit, just using the tennis ball through there. Just really using it around the edge of the front of that shoulder blade. Coming in, and there'll be areas which the discomfort will refer deeper into the shoulder, and as you get higher up, it might even refer into your neck. So I'm totally on my side here, just going up the side. We'll go over and do the back of the shoulder blade after we've done the other side. So through that armpit, so you have to kind of hold on to the ball sometimes, otherwise it might shoot off sideways. So you can get things which are shaped like a peanut or like two tennis balls in a sock, so that you can roll up with the pressure on either side of this ridge of this shoulder blade, and then rolling. Good. Forwards and backwards, and then all the way down again. All the way down. And then I've got the tennis ball back down to the bottom of my shoulder blade. So when you've gone all the way up and all the way down, really get it around the base of that shoulder blade. That's the bit that stops the shoulder from the arm from lifting straight up over your head. Okay, move that ball out of the way. Once you've got there, slide that roller back in under your arm. I start down on the ribs, and then I'm going to roll through exactly the same place you've just gone. All the way up, all the way down. And you'll feel that the roller is a lot less specific. And then roll over onto the back of that shoulder, and then all the way over onto your back. Through that, get the head back, make sure the bum's on the floor, the head goes back. So through that lower, keeping the roller on the ribs, so through the lower ribs, don't go onto your waist with it. And then rolling over onto the other side. So we're on the left-hand side. All the way up and down there. Take 3 or 4 full lengths to get all the way over onto the left. And then make sure that your arm is parallel to the long side of the mat. And we're going all the way up and down through that shoulder blade, through that armpit, and where the arm attaches into the shoulder. Rocking forwards and backwards. Good, rocking forwards and backwards all the way up. And then back down to the base of the shoulder blade. And then pop your elbow on the floor. Grab that tennis ball. Slide that roller out. And I'm going to take the tennis ball and put it on the mat under my shoulder, in the rib end of my shoulder. And I'm just going to roll, slide side to side. So I'm on my bra strap area to start with. So I'm kind of doing circles, and that generally, like I said on the other side, is the area of most tension. I'm moving that ball up a little bit. So you can either slide your body or you can actually hold the ball and move it. So where I've got a knot here, I can concentrate on that and sort of flick over it, flick backwards and forwards, and then try to really dig into it. Use your breath to release, and then move it up a little bit more. Move all the way through that back edge of that armpit. You have to just work out what works best for you to keep the ball in the right place. And you know, there aren't any rules. So a bit of side to side, a bit of circles, a bit of straight up and down. Just trying to work out the anatomy where the tight bits are. And you'll get better with this with time. So I'm all the way up at the top where the arm goes into the armpit now. And then I'm going to work my way all the way back down again. The hardest bit is right in the armpit where, so the ball is on the back edge of the armpit. It's not in the actual armpit itself. In those areas of tension. Good. Rolling all the way up. And then all the way through. Good, and then all the way back down to the bottom of that shoulder blade, down by those ribs. Okay, one more little bit there. And then we can move that ball out of the way, grab the roller back in, place it under the bottom, the rib end of your shoulder, work through those muscles at the base of the shoulder blade, keep that arm all the way up, and then rolling all the way down through that shoulder blade, that armpit, and then all the way back up, all the way down, all the way back up, and then gradually go back onto your back. Taking hold of your head if you need. So if you've had rib issues, sometimes the floating ribs at the bottom are a bit twangy, and then go all the way over onto your back. Taking hold of the head, stretch all the way down and all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. Then put the bum on the floor, sit yourself up, move that roller out of the way, and let's just grab the ball one more time. And we're going to put the ball, we're going to do a round at the top of our shoulder here on the ball. So place the ball, if you like, on your shoulder, and then lay back onto the floor. So I've got my head on the floor, so I'm trying to use that ball through this trapezius, this upper, between the shoulder, along the edge, the crest of the shoulder. So in that fleshy bit, where people come and they'll put their hands on your shoulders and use their thumbs into your shoulder, into the back of your shoulder and the back of base of your neck. So use that ball through there. Just rocking forwards and backwards, and just sliding over it. You might need to poke it with your other fingers, and you'll find some places, especially between the shoulder blade and the spine. Basically, it's all the way around that shoulder blade. So I'm just rocking up and down in that bit between the shoulder blade and the spine. Good. And take the ball. Probably don't go down to the bottom ribs. It might be a bit uncomfortable. But if you want to, feel free. And then swing the ball onto the other arm or other side. And do that same. It's that triangle area that goes down from the neck to the top of the shoulder. And then it goes down the back of the shoulder blade towards those, towards the, downwards towards the waist, but obviously not that far. But through the edge of that shoulder blade. Actually going on the shoulder blade is probably going to be a bit uncomfortable and not really achieve a lot. You want to be doing the attachment point to the muscles. So you'll find some, like I'm in a muscle now, it's going out into my shoulder and into my neck, but the ball is halfway down my back. Good, so just mobilizing through that. Check you've done the same area on both sides. Crawling all over the floor. Onto camera on the ceiling, people would be wondering what you were doing. Crawling through that, rolling through that, trying to catch all those knots. And just be careful on the lower ones because it's a bit ribby, but there are some areas of tension there. And then when you feel like you've gone all the way around that shoulder blade, we can get rid of the ball. And we can sit ourselves up. So we will bring the roller back in because I'm going to just get you to do one thing, a point of reference when you feel like you've got that back. Now if you just move your head around, you'll feel that your neck is a lot looser, not quite so tight. And then grab your roller, just grab the roller, put it in the middle in that bra strap area, knees bent, take hold of your head. Open yourself up over the roller. Take your hands together, thumbs on your forehead, fingertips on the floor, and slide those arms away and feel how much freer those shoulders are. So my right shoulder is now exactly the same as my left, whereas it was really restricted before. Bring those hands all the way up, lift yourself back up, and let's move that roller out of the way. Move that roller out of the way. Okay, so rolling over onto your tummy, put your arms out in that pitchfork position. So that tennis ball is really a good thing to play with. So in the arms in that pitchfork position, so hands towards the top of the head, elbows away from the body, tummy on the floor, top of the feet on the floor, draw in the, clench those glutes and push the pubic bone in the ground, lift the tummy button off the floor. And you're going to slide that right knee up towards your waist. Slide that right hand so that it's flat on the floor with the elbow in the sky. Let that left arm stay as it is, but slide away from the body slightly. Lift your body up so you feel the stretch in the chest on the left-hand side. Breathing in, breathing out. Push yourself into that place of stretch. Now push that left arm down into the floor. So take it down to a 20% contraction. You're not going 100% into the floor, just a steady push. Keep it there. Now breathe in. On the out breath, release that push and lift the body further off the right hand. So we're tilting the body towards the left, lifting the right side off the ground, letting that left shoulder slide away, keeping it down and back. Push that elbow into the floor again. Breathing in. On the out breath, release and lift the body higher. And then release that body down. Turn yourself onto the other side. So the right hand stays bent. Left hand comes up, elbow in the sky, palm up. Left knee comes up, left ear to the floor. Roll the right shoulder back and down, keep it down. Lift off that right hand side and stretch and tilt the body so we feel the stretch in that right shoulder. Push that right arm into the floor. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing that right arm into the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the push and lift off that left side a bit more. Feel the stretch through that right shoulder. Push that right arm into the floor again. Keeping the cheek on the ground, keeping the chest on the ground. Keeping your right leg straight. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the push and then lift off that left side a little bit further, only a few millimeters, and then feel that stretch. And then release that leg. Coming back onto your tummy, hands, fingertips level with your eyes. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor. Tighten the thighs and push those toes away from you so your knees and feet come off the ground. Draw in your tummy so you lift that off the floor. Pull those shoulders back and down so we're resting on the bottom rib and the pubic bone. Push those forearms into the ground and lift the upper body up, opening the chest, but no pushing of that tummy button into the floor. Bottom rib stays on the ground. Really reaching the head away from the toes. Really pushing the nose towards the front of the mat. Open that chest and then release. Lower yourself back down, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, push off those forearms and lift the top half of the body off the floor, stretching. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, so really opening up that chest. Eyes are looking in front of your fingers. Not too high with the eyes, but not straight to the floor either. And lower down. Breathing in on the out breath, clench the bum, lengthen those legs, push the forearm into the ground, draw in the core, lifting that upper back, opening that chest, stretching through that breastbone. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, really opening that chest up. And then releasing down to the floor. Bring those hands level with the chest, elbows in the sky. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, knees and feet are off the ground. Draw in the tummy, resting on the bottom rib. Breathing in, on the out breath, push off the arms. So we open, just come to the chest. So leaving the bottom rib on the floor. Just to the bottom rib. Lifting the tummy up. Now push those hands into the ground and pivot. So the tummy comes up straight, but you bend at that pubic bone. Bending at the top of the hip. Big clench with the bum. So tighten your tummy, Ayanthi, open your chest, and then lowering back down to the floor. Good, so the tummy comes up straight. Breathing in, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, draw the core in and lift the tummy off the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Breathing in, breathing out, push off the hands, just come to the bottom rib. Open that chest, clench the bum, lift that tummy off the ground. Now you're going to push up onto the pubic bone, so the lower back comes up straight. Clench the bum more. Open that chest. So my bum's really tight. Tummy's tight, lifting the lower back up, opening through that chest, and then lower back down to the floor. Good, breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the ground. Draw in the tummy. Push off those hands. Come up to the bottom rib, opening the chest, and then lift onto the pubic bone. And then push those arms straight and lift onto the knees. Good, so we're pushing into the pubic bone, lifting off the tummy, opening the chest. Lower all the way back down to the ground. Good, breathing in. On the out breath, you can slide your hands down a bit further if you want. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, point those toes. Lift the tummy off the floor. Push off the hands, peel the chest up to the bottom rib. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift onto the pubic bone. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift up onto the knees. So we've got the knees to the hip are straight. Hip to the rib cage is straight. Curving that rib cage. Tighten the thighs and lift the knees off the floor. Push the head away from the toes and lengthen the body, which lifts your tummy and your lower back up a bit. And then drop the knees, bum in the air, back into child pose. Keep those knees apart and let your tummy sink down to the floor in between them. Push those hands away, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Come up onto all fours. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Knees are hip distance apart. Hands are shoulder width apart. Middle fingers are parallel. Turn the inside of the elbows forwards. Pull the knees apart on the mat. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Turn the tailbone down and lift the back up and turn the eyes down. Turn the tailbone up. Tummy comes down. Eyes go up. Spread those buttocks. Breathing in, come into that neutral position. So the pelvis is horizontal to the floor. So making, just align your, just feel underneath. Is each side of your pelvis the same height off the ground? Is your pubic bone and the bony bit on the side of your pelvis, is that also the same distance from the floor? Glide your body backwards over your heels, keeping in neutral, don't go into child pose, gliding back, so we're bending that hip, opening that chest, Natalie, open the chest, and then come back up onto all fours. Good, breathing in. On the out breath, gliding back. And then coming back up onto all fours. Put the weight on the right hand, take the left hand, palm up, and slide it through under your right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Push off that right hand, lift that left hand up into the sky. Lifting, opening that chest, breathing in, breathing out, swing that arm through under this shoulder. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that arm all the way up into the sky. Bring that hand back onto the floor next to the other one. Rotate the inside of the elbows outwards. Put the weight on the left hand, right hand pushes through under the left armpit. Knees stay equal pressure off the floor. Feet are parallel, breathing in. On the out breath, lift that right arm all the way up into the sky, pushing off this left hand, trying to turn my chest totally to the television, to the camera. And then turning myself and swinging that right arm through under my left shoulder, breathing in, breathing out. Bring that arm all the way up into the sky again. Rotating, feel the stretch through the lower back, feel the stretch through the chest. Bring that hand next to the other one. Good, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Turn the tailbone down, back comes up, eyes come down. Stretch through those shoulders, turn the tailbone up, belly down, eyes come up. Lengthen through the front of the body. Walk your hands slightly forwards on the mat. We're in neutral spine. Straighten that right leg out behind. Push that right foot into the floor, tighten the thigh. Straighten the left leg out behind so we come into the plank. So clench the bum and push into the pubic bone. Draw in the tummy. So we lift the belly up and open that chest. Eyes are looking in front of the mat. Push off the toes and glide forward. Hilary, tighten with your tummy. And glide back. Glide forwards. Glide back. Glide forwards. Glide back. One more, forwards. Back. Hold yourself here. Drop the left knee on the floor. Lift that right hand up and turn into side plank. So we've got the left knee on the ground. Opening the chest. So practice keeping the body absolutely still. Open to the side. Good. Okay, bring this right hand back to the ground. Left knee goes straight. Lengthen the body, clench the bum, push into the hip flexors, draw the tummy in, and open that chest. Right knee to the floor, around onto that right hand, left arm up into the sky. Making sure that your body is vertical on its side. Bring that hand back to the floor, come back over onto your front, extend both legs into the plank. Good. Right, continue with dropping the knee if you want, or slide over onto both feet onto your side, pushing that right arm up into the sky. Pulling those shoulders back and down, keeping this hip nice and strong. Pushing your right hand up, and then swing that right hand down and turn the body without sticking the bum in the air. If you want, drop the right knee to the floor. Yeah, turn onto that right hand side. Lift that left arm up. If you want to do it with both legs straight, that's fine. Lengthen the body. Bring that arm back onto the floor. Turn yourself back. Clench the bum, push into the hip flexors, tighten the tummy and open the chest. Glide forwards and back. Glide forward, pushing off the toes and back. Susie, lift your bum up a bit higher so you're not Don't hang down. Lengthen, so rather push the heels away from the top of the head. That's better. Good, glide forwards and back. And rods, tighten your thighs a bit more. Good, drop the left knee down, drop the right knee down, go back into child pose. All the way back. Wiggle those wrists. Reaching forward. Walking those knees forward between your hands. Sitting yourself down on the mat again. Sitting yourself down. Hold behind those thighs, rolling those shoulders all the way up to the ears, down and back. All the way up to the ears, down and back. Hold them back. Push those knees down into the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms up into the air above your legs. Breathing out and roll your body down to flat. All the way down, one vertebra at a time. All the way down, take those arms all the way over your head. Reach your fingers away from your toes, push the right hand away from the right foot. And then walk the right hand and the right foot across to the left hand side of the mat. Really stretching through that right hand side, breathing in, breathing out. Walk those feet and hands back to the center, and then walk them to the other side of the mat. Take hold of your left hand, hold on to that left leg and push that left hand away from that left foot. Breathing in, breathing out. And feel that actually it's not as tight as it is sometimes when we do this at the beginning of the stretch. Bring those hands and feet back together in the center. Bring the arms all the way over the head and back down by the side. Slide your fingers under your bottom, breathing in. On the out breath, push off the elbows, lift up onto the top of the head. Breathing in, breathing out. Push those legs away, push off the elbows. Push that chest up to the sky, squeeze those shoulder blades together behind your back. Breathing in, breathing out. Draw in the tummy if you feel it in that lower back. Push that breastbone up to the sky and squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you breathe in, fill those lungs up with air and stretch those ribs. As you breathe out, pull those shoulder blades together and pop the breastbone up to the sky. Lower your back down to the floor. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in. Hug the nose to the knees and release. Hug the nose to the knees and release. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. Lift the feet up a bit higher. Drop the knees to the right, turn the eyes left. And then drop the knees over to the left and turn the eyes right. And bring those feet back up to center. Straighten those legs. Take the arms all the way over the shoulder, over the head. Bring those fingers up to the sky, chin into the chest, and roll yourself all the way up to reach to those feet. All the way up. Soft knees. Let that lower back go. Let that middle back go. Let that upper back go. Then push the right knee down. Push the left knee down. Push both knees down. And release. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Breathing in, arms horizontal, breathing out, lowering all the way back down to the floor. Slide your fingers under your bottom. Breathing in on the out breath, push off those elbows, lift up onto the top of your head, your bum and your elbows. The weight should be on the elbows. Be careful with your neck. Draw in your tummy, push off those elbows and lift that breastbone higher. Squeeze those shoulders together behind your back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeeze the shoulders together. Push that chest higher. Drawing in the core so that you don't overbend that lower back. Point the toes and push those feet away from you. Lengthen your head. Push your chin away from your breastbone. Push your breastbone up to the sky. Push harder off those elbows. Breathing in. Breathing out, lower back down to the floor. Bring the right knee in this time. Bring the left knee in. Bring the nose to the knees. Pop those feet on the floor. Rock over onto your right hand side. Push both hands away from you. Put your underneath leg straight and tuck the top foot under the bottom leg. Bring that top arm all the way over and open that chest. Reaching those hands away from you, keeping that knee on the floor. Bringing that top arm all the way back. Follow the top arm with your eyes, all the way open. Stretching, pushing the hands away, shoulder away from the hip. Hip away from the shoulder, knee away from the hip. Bring those hands back together. Breathing in on the out breath, open. Reaching over. And then release those legs. Spin those knees up to the sky. Straighten that left leg and roll over onto your left-hand side, bringing your hands on top of each other. Tuck your right leg under your left leg, breathing in. On the out breath, bring that top arm all the way over and open. And then close. Breathing in on the out breath, all the way open. Bring that right arm all the way over, shoulder to the floor. Shoulder away from hip, hip away from the knee. Ear to the floor, breathing in. Breathing out and close. Breathing in. And open. Reaching, stretching, breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those hands back together. And then roll yourself onto your tummy. Put those hands in the pitchfork position. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Push the pubic bone into the ground, draw the tummy up, push those bottom ribs in the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift that hand and forearm up off the ground, keeping the elbow down, and release. Lift the hand and forearm up, and release. Lengthen those legs, clench that bum. Lift the hand and forearm up, lift that whole arm up into the sky. Touch the elbow down. Lift those arms up. Touch the elbow down. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, knees and feet are off the ground. Lift those hands and arms up. Hold them here and pulse them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here and touch that elbow down. Lift that hand and forearm up and the elbow, clenching with the bum. Knees and feet are off the ground, tummy's elevated. Pulse those arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them high. Touch that elbow down. Lift that arm up. Pulse the arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold those arms in the sky. Reach those arms straight forward. Bend those arms back. Reach those arms forward. Bend those arms back. Lower the arms back to the floor. Rolling the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs. Lift the hand and forearm up. Draw the core in, make sure it's off the floor. Lift those hands and forearms and arms up into the air. Breathing in. On the out breath, straighten the arms and bend them. Straighten them, keep the forehead on the ground and bend them. Straighten them, bend them, swing those hands down, hold them behind your bottom. Squeeze those arms together. Lift those hands up to the sky, drawing in that core, clenching with that thumb, pull those shoulder blades back and down. Reaching up with those arms, opening that chest. Bring those hands back onto your bum, let go of them. Let them rest on the floor, release the legs, release the body. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Clench the bum, lengthen the head away from the toes so the forehead comes off the ground. Draw in the tummy, make sure it's lifted. Lift those arms up. Pulse those arms up into the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them here, turn the palms to the floor. Bring those arms round so that they're in front of you. Don't let your tummy push in the floor. Bring those arms back. Turn the palms up to the sky. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drawing in the tummy. Lifting, pushing through that pubic bone. Release everything back down to the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift those arms up, clench the bum, push it into the floor, drawing in the core. Lengthen the body so the forehead's off the ground. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your arms here. Turn the hands palm down, draw in that core hard. Bring those arms around, draw the core in harder, clench with the bum. Bring those arms back down by your side. Release the body. Bring those arms up, bend those elbows and put the hands flat on the floor next to your bottom ribs. Clench the bum, straighten those legs, draw the core in, lifting it off the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push up off the hands so the bottom rib stays on the floor, opening that chest. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands so you come onto the pubic bone. Breathing in. Breathe out, push off those arms so they become straight and you're on your knees. Tighten your thighs, lift your knees off the ground. Lengthen the body, which lifts up the middle of you. Drop the knees to the floor and go back into child pose. Back into child pose, lengthening those arms away from you. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then walk your knees forwards and sit yourself on the floor. Grabbing your stick. Grabbing your stick. So hold behind those thighs. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. So I'm holding behind my thighs and I'm pulling myself forwards onto my front bottom. Reaching my head up to the sky, pushing those knees down, taking hold of that stick. Push the stick in front of you. Bring the stick back to your chest, pulling your elbows behind. Push the stick in front. Bring the stick back to your chest. Push the stick straight up into the sky. Pulling off the heels so that we stay forwards on our front bottom, pelvis is vertical. Bring that stick behind the head, resting on the shoulders. Opening the chest, pull those elbows behind. Push that stick backwards away from the neck. Push the stick up to the sky, keeping it backwards. Bring that stick over in front, keeping those shoulders back. Bring the stick onto the chest. Breathing in, on the out breath, push the stick forward. Stay vertical with the torso on your middle bottom. Bring that stick up to the sky. Pull the stick down behind you. Good. Breathing in, on the out breath, push it behind. Release it on your neck. Push it behind. Release it on your neck. Push it behind, hold it here. Push it up to the sky. Bring it down behind you. Push it up into the sky. Bring it down behind. So make sure, Natalie, make sure you're sitting on your neutral spine. So you're, on your pelvis, on your front bottom. Push that stick up into the sky. Bring it down in front of you. Bring the stick onto the chest. Push the stick away. Feet on your middle bottom, good. Up to the sky, reaching up tall. Good, Sarah. Bring it down behind you. Chest up, excellent. Chest up, Hilary. Up into the sky. Now take it backwards in the sky and bring it down away from your shoulders. Push it back up away from your shoulders. One more, bring it back down away from your shoulders. Don't move your head. Push it back up. Bring it over in front. Rest it on your thighs. Pop it out of the way. Roll those shoulders. Fingers behind you on the floor. Waggle those elbows. Lean back onto your hands, onto the balls of your hands. Pull those elbows together. Push those elbows straight. Lift that chest to the sky. Tighten that tummy. Tighten the glutes. Pull the toes to your nose and tighten your thighs. Push the heels in the ground and lift those hips up high. Clench and lift. And then lower. Breathing in. On the out breath. Clench and lift. Pushing into those hip flexors. Nice straight arms. And then lower back down. Pull those shoulders backward, pull those elbows together. Lift that chest to the sky, breathing in on the out breath. Push the heels into the ground and lift the hips up high. Bend your right knee and put the foot on the floor. Bend your left knee and put the foot on the floor. Lift that bum higher, open those armpits. Put that right leg out straight. Push that heel into the ground. Push the left leg out straight. Good. Lower the bum down. Push off those fingers. Hands on the thighs. Reach down towards those feet. Soft knees. Release that back. Come all the way forward. Push the lower back out. Lower back out. Push those knees into the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Put your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind. Lift and turn. And then come to the front. Put your right hand on your left knee, left hand behind. Lift and turn. And then come to the front. Slide yourself forward one more time. And then bring yourself up vertical. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Put your fists on the floor by your bum. Push off your fists as if you're trying to get out of the swimming pool. Let your body hang. Relax your middle bottom onto the floor, rolling those shoulders. Big circles with those arms, all the way up into the sky, round and down. All the way up into the sky, round and down. All the way up, leave your hands in the air this time. Put your palms together. Big breath in, reaching up to the sky. Reaching up. Take those eyes up to the hands. Big breath in, big breath out. Release those arms. Rest those hands on the thighs and roll your shoulders. Excellent. If you wanted to do one more reference thing, you could put your roller on the floor. I could have done it in the thing, in the middle of your back. Open up over. And now just stretch your arms and your legs out straight and just feel how much better your shoulders feel. That's a good like reference to, yeah, so you can feel that your hands can straighten over your head, your armpits. Hilary, you should notice it. And yeah, Ianthe, exactly. So your arms will go straighter and they'll be more symmetrical from having done all that shoulder back. Actually, the tennis ball's the one that does the main trick, to be honest with you. Well done, everybody. Good.
Thank you.